Right, before we talk about this, let's talk about this. Recently I went out to make a video on the Flextail Evo pump, and in doing so I went out to the canal, got on there, done my video. On my way home, got out my kayak and dropped my camera. Now I've just got to say thank you to a lad called Sean. Sean literally stood with me for 5 hours while I was sitting in the canal trying to find this camera. Now obviously I've got it back, but for someone to come along that doesn't know me, goes to collect a big massive magnet from his barge and then spend the next 5 hours chatting with me, talking with me and keeping me company while I'm trying to find my camera, big thumbs up, salt of the earth, really chuffed. Anyway, you'll see exactly what happened at the end, but at the moment let's talk about this. This is the Evo pump, and there is two types of Evo pump. This is the first generation, the second generation is up there. The first generation literally does things like mattresses, airbeds, SUPs and kayaks. Now I've used this on my kayak, but the one up here, like I said, this is the second generation. The second generation does tyres, motorbike tyres, car tyres and any other things that need inflating, but we're going to talk about this one. So we're going to do a little field test. I've been out in the field, I've used this plenty of times, but I'll show you exactly how it's used and how I went through with it. If you're interested in the glasses are from Times, and they are possibly the best pairs of sports glasses I've ever had. But we're here to talk about the Flextail, so let's get on with that. Afternoon guys, we are just out and I'm going to be doing just a little review today, only a small one, as you can see by the canal, so you know what's coming. But this is going to be a review on basically the Flextail SUP pump. So we're going to be looking at the Flextail Evo SUP pump. Obviously it's cordless, battery powered. Now, the pump itself is 1.68 kilograms or 3.7 pounds roughly. That has got to be the smallest barge I've ever seen, called the TARDIS. And what I have to do is find a very secluded spot because this pump is extremely loud. Some people just don't realise the land they've got, the beautiful land that they've got. They just don't understand. Now, like I said a minute ago, I need to find a good spot because, like I said, my pump is very loud. I haven't done a review on this, and it's not a paid promotion, as this SUP pump has been out quite a while now. Now, the pump will pump up to 20 psi and has a built-in battery of 8,000 milliamps. The Evo SUP pump also has a LED control panel, 3 smart modes, and also has an auto shut-off. So have a look at it. I'm just trying to find a spot where there isn't no barge boats, and I think I may have found it. Now, as I said, trying to find a spot to pump my kayak up, bearing in mind this pump will also pump up kites, SUPs, hence SUP, stand-up paddleboard. Enough of the rooking, found a spot, we're going to set up here, and hopefully no barges will come along while I'm actually setting it up. So this is the kayak you've seen in a previous video, and I'll put that up there in the corner. This is the Aquamarina 2-person kayak, but this is what we're going to be looking at today. Now, this isn't a paid promotion, this is something I've bought off my own back. This is the Flextail pump, but this was perfect for me. Now let's go into a few features. On the rear you have a lock, so you can't just accidentally turn the pump on. It's just a quick flick of the switch. And also here you have your attachment to charge via USB-C or charge cable for your car, AC port. Now on the flip side we have a battery monitor, battery bars, just telling you how much, obviously 100, 75, 50, 25, and also what it can pump up. So at the moment it's going to be doing an SUP, but I'm going to be doing my kayak. If we flip through, you've got SUP, then you've got your kite, and then you've even got an airbed. So when you go camping, obviously it comes in multiple uses. But I'll be using the kayak today, and I need to set the pressure up for that. And obviously setting the pressure, you set the pressure, and then you literally just let it rock and roll. Up, down, easy, very intuitive. I'm just going to throw this one in there for free. I've been wearing these Times glasses for ages. Now they're for all kinds of sports. Bearing in mind, if you see that, they're on some kind of elastic. I've used it for everything so far, and they are absolutely superb. Also, I am non-affiliated with these because I think it was when we was at the Outdoor Expo, I happened to run into the maker of these, and they are absolutely blinding. Definitely a buy, and I'll stick the link up there or there. Right, let's get the old boat out, shall we? Now, as you can see, it's absolutely huge, and we're just going to lay it out, pump it up. Now I've left the inner inside this one, and we're about to start using the pump. Now, the Flextail Evo pump. Now I know I need to set this up exactly 1 psi. So what I'm going to do is set it up at 1 psi now. 1 psi, I'll put my attachments on and press start. Now we'll go through the attachments. Obviously this is for your car AC, indicated by a little red light, so make sure it's working. I won't be using that today, so I'll just throw that to the side. Also comes with multiple attachments, so it can blow up nice and easy, quick and easy. Today we'll be using the one that I've already got set up for it. I might just cut these off because I don't really need them on there. Stick them in a separate bag, stick them somewhere else. Now I do pump up other things with this. Now I also use it for the pack raft as well, and the pack raft is obviously from Decathlon, but today, like I said, we'll be using the member, and I'll be using this pump attachment. Really easy to put this thing together. Obviously you put it in the inflate side, screw on, nice and easy. Now it's just basic stuff, it's just great. And then all I have to do is attach it to my kayak, which is the annoying bit, put it in, twist it around, and then all I have to do is turn it on. Now it's already at 1 bar, and I've just got to let it go. It'll start going. It is loud, so I'll probably stand back. Now I've got to stand back because this thing's pretty loud. I don't know what decibels it is, but by rights it should auto shut down when it gets to 1 psi or 0.7 bar. And there you are, auto shut down. We'll do the same with the other side. Now again, I shall put this on exactly the same, 0.7 bar, and it should rock it and go. Now, like I said, I did say it was quite loud. Not going to stand as far back this time, but this should go up to 1 bar and then go into like a little feed mode, and then it'll cut out 1 psi. Now you can see how quickly it's going up. We should go into feed mode now, and that feed mode will just pump it up just to that last bit of 1 psi or 0.7 bar. And there you are, that's that side complete. Now it's just as well, if I do this, obviously the prong stays up, and that's it. It's all good. That one I'm going to put a little bit more in, because when I lifted this off, when I turned this off, my prong came flying up and obviously released a bit of air, so I shall put that back up again. Let's do the centre. The centre again is 4.35 psi, so I'm going to have to change this. So we'll do that now. And it's 4.35, so we'll do it 4.3 psi or 0.3 bar. Again, stick that in. And press start. Again, I'm going to stand back because it gets quite loud. Now you notice the inside will push both of the outsides out, making it a more stable kayak. Just bumping in the last psi now. And that's it. Job's a good one. Right, so let's attach this. Right, as you see, I let it down there because I left the little nubbin down, so I'm going to put this back in and see if it will come back from halfway. So it already realised that it was halfway, therefore only adding a little bit more pressure to it to get it back up to norm. Yeah, 4.3, job's a good one. Now if you recall a second ago, I didn't let this one go up to full pressure. Let it go down a bit. I shall add it a little bit more again, but change the pressure. Don't ever forget not to change the pressure. So this is 1 psi needs to go down to. So we'll change this to 1 psi and we'll start. I love the fact that it'll just recapture where it was and only pump it up by a tiny bit just to get it back to normality. So that is the Evo pump, great bit of kit, and I am enjoying using it. Obviously when I want to pack it away, put it straight back in the bag, and then I'll literally just tuck it up there in the bag, making sure it's off. Right, turning it off, flip it over, flip the switch so it can't just accidentally come on, and that's it. Straight back in the bag with all the attachments. That is the Evo pump. Good piece of kit, a little bit better than carrying a massive pump around with you. There it is, straight in the back of the kayak. I'm going to launch my kayak now. So that is the Evo pump from Flextail. I'm going to whack on my fins, put my oar on and shoot up the canal. Have myself a little jolly. Now, if you haven't watched the video on the kayak yet, it's a great kayak. Like I said, this was just a nice quick video. So you can see now I've exchanged my pump in for a battery powered one, which is perfectly cool. It's just what I needed, to be honest. Right, now as I said, this video has basically been about the Flextail SUP pump. Now it's the Flextail Evo pump. There is another version coming out. I don't see how you can get much better than this, but I believe the next version that's coming out is one that can pump up your tyres on your car as well, or bike. Now I'm not going to jump too much into that, but I probably won't buy that one. I'll probably stick with what I've got, because I don't believe that you should get one if you don't need it. That's it. I'm going to say my sweet toots, and I am going off on a little adventure. I'll see you soon. It's been lovely to chat, and I'm out of here. Laters. Please bear in mind though, I do like Flextail equipment. Like I said, I did purchase the SUP pump, and these are all the products that they do. But I have had one that's failed on me, and that was due to the fact that I put my rucksack, hiking bag, flipping Bergen, whatever you want to call it, into my boot of my car, and it turned the pump on. Now what it did is it got stuck against the side and burnt the pump out. So just be aware, if you're going to use any of their little pump products, to make sure they're all off and they're all away from the sides of whatever you're packing in your bag. Like I said, mine turned on and burnt it out, and that was, I believe, the little pump 2 or times 2. Yeah, gutted about that, but what can I say, I had 2 of us, so I weren't too fussed, and obviously I used the little micro one anyway. This is a miracle, and I need to say a big thank you to Sean. So today I made a video on my Evo pump, and I'd lost the Go 3, the Insta360 Go 3 in a canal, and this is the canal in front of me. Bearing in mind it's 3 in the morning, and I've come down here with a torch and a rake. I needed to find it. I thought the torch would help just to look down and see if it would get a reflection on the lens, but no joy. But bringing down the rake for anybody, yes, that is the Insta360 Go 3S. Yeah, man, I never thought I would ever find that again. I have no idea if it works. As for the Evo pump, yes, the Evo pump is cool. And as for getting the Insta360 Go 3S back, it's even cooler. Oh my God, look at the state of it. And going in that is, you can see what I've raked out. I've raked all this crap out trying to find it. So yeah, I've had a fun night. Yeah, I've had a very fun night trying to find my camera. Yeah, I've raked all that out and it looks a right mess. And thank you, Dirty Canal. But I've got my camera back and I am fucking sure. I think that's working. See the red light as well? That's working or recording me. Is the end of my Evo Pump SUP review. And as you can see, the moon is out. I'm not going to bother zooming in. I'm just going to go home. Ta-ta. Little baby's there, man. Right, so today I'm going to go and say thank you to the bloke that's helped me get my Go 3S camera back. Just for the simple fact is he spent 5 hours with me while I was sitting inside the canal trying to find it, and what a nightmare. He was giving me a magnet and everything trying to find it, so I've got to thank him. That's Sean there. Sean, how are you? Thank you so much for yesterday.
Dude, don't worry, man. Fucking hell.
And this is the camera.
Oh yeah. No way.
So yeah.
No way people are going to find that.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus
so
Christ.
yes, I did manage to find it.
Like, yeah.
Chuffed to bits. Get yourself a drink.
Oh, no.
No. I'm going to say no. You take it, please.
Right.
Hello, mate. Hello.
Dude,
Hello.
Please, no.
No, you spent 5 hours. You brought a magnet down to help me, you know, and you spent endless time. Plus, we lost your chain. Salt of the earth. I tell you, what, I would have given up long time ago if you wasn't there. So, yeah, really chuffed. Well, funny enough, when I was raking it didn't magnetise itself to the rake. It just stuck into one of the, because it had another bit onto it.
Yeah.
It kind of clawed itself in. So I was just extremely lucky.
Still working.
Yeah. Got all the footage off it last night, so I was chuffed.